the works there for more than a year. David Marcus, who's come over from PayPal to kind of work on their payments initiative, has been heading up a blockchain effort for a while there. As you can see, there's lots of moving parts here, right? A big consortium, there's investments, lots of different types of stakeholders, and so it's been a long project. They're trying to get this, fully operational sometime in 2020.
And Liz, according to your reporting, this is going to be slightly different from some of the other cryptocurrencies out there in that they're actually going to peg it to existing sovereign currencies.
That's right. The real problem, with a lot of the existing current cryptocurrencies from a payments perspective, but what makes them kind of fun investments is that they bounce around like crazy. They're highly volatile, but that limits their ability to be used for commercial payments. And so there's something called a stable coin where you effectively peg it to something stable, the U.S. dollar, gold. Here it looks like it'll be a bucket of global currencies that can be managed and sort of help to ensure some value behind the coin.
Melton, what does this actually mean in practice for Facebook users? Why do they need a cryptocurrency?
Yeah, I think this news is amazing for both cryptocurrency and payments. First of all, Facebook has 2.5 billion users. It's the largest platform in the world. And so 2.5 billion people getting introduced to digital currencies, getting introduced to utilizing wallets is an amazing innovation for the space. Secondly, I think it puts a lot of pressure on every other platform out there that doesn't have its own native payment mechanism. And this is part of the second broader theme, is that Facebook is starting to get into the payment space without becoming a bank. This is a major move. They're going to decentralize this currency and its network to avoid some of the interpretations around control. So it will be interesting to see. Square obviously is taking quite a different approach. They're building directly on top of Bitcoin, facilitating access to Bitcoin through their Cash app to their users. And so this tension between whether companies are going to utilize existing Bitcoin and other digital currencies versus build their own blockchains like JP Morgan has done with their JP Morgan coin and now Facebook, it'll be an interesting battle to watch unfold.
It might speed up, I guess, the need for regulation of the space, given that it's sort of circumventing it in one sense. Mike, what's your take on all this?
I guess I have questions about it. It's sort of Facebook kind of taking out the fun and leaving the function, it would seem. But also, don't you have...
What do you mean?
Essentially, you don't have, first of all, the incentive to mine and therefore maintain the network. That's what Bitcoin has done, right? Created this incentive to actually confirm transactions and do the work of the network by earning Bitcoin in exchange, as opposed to just have, sort of a centralized payments network utilizing the infrastructure of banks or Visa or Mastercard or something like that. So there's not going to be that kind of asset play here, presumably, and it's just going to be behind the scenes software running transactions, which is fine. I just don't understand what the leap is, except to keep that activity in-house within Facebook's network.
Right. Well, I think the opportunity is for the consortium that's participating in the network. Arguably, there's going to be a lot of data around users and their payments. The big question for me is how identities will be managed on the platform and the link between identity and payments within Facebook's walled garden. Obviously, Facebook is a company in crisis right now. They're under a lot of pressure. There is also sort of in the macro environment, there's privacy regulation that's going to be introduced in the U.S. So I think this move to creating a decentralized network of third parties who participate in the network, who confirm and validate transactions, but more importantly, store the data so that it's not accessible in one central place, could arguably be a good move for Facebook to avoid some of the criticism around centralization and control that they faced in the past.